Hello everyone. Just wanted to make a quick video about, the channel, where it has been, where I want to take it, the fact that I haven't uploaded for a year or so almost. Just very quickly with that, I got a job and it was taking a lot of time from me. I couldn't basically make any videos. Some days I was working like 12 hours or something. But essentially now things have become a lot more light and I want to get back at it. I want to make more videos. I want to get back to graphics. I haven't been doing a bunch of graphics as much as I want. Um, and the channel has reached 1,000 subscribers somehow. I haven't uploaded thing, but it seems very clear that there are many people who are interested in the content that I was making. They were interested about fractals and things of that sort. Like that Fractal Light, for example, and let me actually show you this. Fractal Light, I was able to get like I think 450 people bought it. Throughout like I think a bit over a year maybe since I've released it. Or a year and a half or something of that sort, which is amazing. If you're one of those people who watch the devlogs that I made and eventually bought the game and played it, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm very thankful that you bought it. It's not I when I was making those videos and when I was making this game, I was just sort of like I don't know, just throwing it out there and see if anybody is interested. And but it seems that that is the case, and that's why I want to get back into making videos, get back into all these sort of stuff. With the I guess small transition of I want to take the channel in a different direction, maybe you could say, and not have it just only be for graphics. Um, the where I want to transition it into is more so web development in general, and I'll give you sort of the idea why. Um, I started to become more interested in web development, obviously because one simple reason. Well, if you want to get a job, it's a lot harder to get a job in graphics. I mean, it's a lot easier if you get a job in web development. That's just how things are in software development. What can you do? But aside from that, I also just felt that it is very difficult to expect for someone that you want to use that wants to use your app. It's kind of annoying to expect them to download something just in general. If you make something, let's say in C++ or in Unity or in Rust or whatever, something that needs to compile and get installed and all that sort of stuff, it's just annoying to expect someone to do that, to go to your GitHub and to download it and to do all these sort of things, right? And it will always be easier, have less friction, etc. if it's literally just a URL. You give that person a URL, and if it's like a button on a website, you just literally one click. If it's not a button or something of that sort, it's a string. You just put it in the box and your Chrome or whatever browser you, Firefox, whatever. You put a string in a box and you press enter. In my opinion, that will always have less friction than downloading something, compiling something, things of that sort, right? And with the way I'm not that familiar with the detail, like with the very specific details, let's say, of web GPU and these sort of things. But from the surface view, let's say, just from outside looking in, it seems very clear that graphics on the web are becoming more serious, and you can actually get something that is very good. Things of that sort. So to go back to what I was trying to say, I want to transition the channel into web graphics, I guess, if you're going to call it that way. Things with Three.js, things with React 3 Fiber, because this is so the next thing that I have been thinking about essentially, and it's basically that if we are to make a Venn diagram about, graphics developers and web developers, there isn't a lot of people who are overlapping. It's fairly small, I would say. I know many amazing web developers who like senior web developers and at a really, big startups or big companies or something of that sort. And when you tell them about graphics, be like, yeah, it's really cool stuff, man. But I never got into it. I know about 3JS though. They'll tell you stuff of that sort. And there's many amazing graphics developers who they can do wonders as far as I'm concerned. They can do wonders and they can do many great things. But again, because they're not familiar with web development and things of that sort, you can't quickly see what they're doing, right? They can't share with you what they're doing. Maybe they'll share you a video or a screenshot or something of that sort, but it can be like, oh, just, hey, if you want to check out the demo of what I'm doing, just click here. And if it's a game, just click here and you can start playing, right? And I want to try to basically just make this, increase this overlap, basically. I want to try to do that. I think in this very small minority of people who are in here, this sort of puts you also in a bad spot because, I don't know like the very insane details about graphics programming, and I don't know the very insane details about web development and web programming, right? A jack of all trades is a master of none, that kind of stuff. And that's fair. That is, a fair argument to give to someone, and you can't easily ride two horses at the same time, right? That's all fair. That's correct. But I think it is still worthwhile to go down that route. Never be an extreme expert in one area. If you are able to provide something of great value at the very end, because who cares about any kind of programming if you're not, contributing something, might be there's some academic stuff that you could do, but even then, you could say that is some kind of contribution. That like a very complicated, mathematical paper is still a contribution. And I think that's the main thing that you would want to go to. And so, very quickly, if you are one of the people who are artists, who are web developers, who are not just people unfamiliar with graphics programming, who want to learn more, want to be more familiar with it, and so on and so forth, specifically about fractals and the things that with ray marching and co-marching and the things that made Fractal Glide basically what it is. The first channel that I want to recommend, basically some channels that I learned these things from. And the first one is obviously Inigo Quiles. You can't, this guy, you can't escape him if you want to learn ray marching, shader programming, things of that, like very, very detailed stuff. I'd really suggest you watch him. I used to watch his almost 3 hours, 3-hour videos. I watched, I think, all of these. I think they still haven't watched them, but I have watched this one and I watched this one. So if you want to just get familiar with how shader programming is, how you can, how do you think about it? Like it's a completely different way of thinking than just regular programming. I think Inigo Quiles is your go-to place. And if you are a graphics programmer, if you are a game developer, in my opinion, again, I think you should, the direction that I would want you, the direction that I'm taking, certainly, the direction that I think many people should take, is to start learning, is to go through web graphics. And so we'll go in that direction just because of how easy it is to access it, right? And I think that is something that you shouldn't think lightly of. And so there's like two channels, I would say, that I've been able to learn a bunch of stuff from, and certainly help me with even finding a job and getting a job and all that. And the first one is the Theo guy, the T3 guy. He's like some San Francisco, kind of developer. So he knows his stuff, is what I'm trying to say. I essentially learned all of web development from him. I like, for the most part, it was watching his videos, like, again, 3-hour videos, modern tutorial, whatever, just to see how he does it, and back end, front end, how they interact, how you do, everything that is so like database, all these sort of things. making just a simple CRUD app, something like that. I think he is the equivalent of Inigo Quiles, maybe, when it comes to web development. And the second one also that I've watched a couple of videos of is Web Dev Cody. He also makes a lot of web development videos, and get to see web dev talks and tutorials and things of that sort. So I would highly recommend that you watch these two channels. And obviously there's the resources now are insane. There's so much of it, right? And yeah, I mean, this is what I want to mention. The last thing that I want to talk about is, I guess, a new format and face reveal. So, yeah, that's me. Yeah. No, I mean, I think, I don't know. I haven't, like, editing hasn't clicked to me. I don't enjoy it as much. In the videos I used to make, they used to take me like a whole day. And it was, I don't know, it was very annoying to make. And so obviously I want to be able to edit in a fruitful way, let's say. And so my idea is, okay, well, let me, I don't want to say reduce the quality, but not reduce the control. Try to just improvise. Right now, I'm not talking with a script. All the previous videos had a script that I wrote down and I would read, and section by section, edit and all that. But now I don't have it. I'm just speaking from the heart, I suppose, something of that sort. You can see too, like, I have this format of like my face right here in the corner. It's essentially copying, Theo's. I think, I'd watched his videos. I've enjoyed his videos. I'm like, all right, well, I'll do the same thing then. If it works in one place, then it'll work maybe in another place. But certainly if you have any ideas about this, do let me know. If this format is something comfortable for you, then yeah, and then like go ahead, and then yeah, sure, then I'll go ahead, right? And yeah, I mean, that's essentially the format that I want to take. Maybe the videos will be slightly longer, probably more longer, not slightly longer, but it would be easier for me to make more videos. It would be less friction mentally from my perspective. It wouldn't be like, oh man, now I have to spend the whole day editing this one video. It would be far less than that. It would be like maybe 2 hours, 1 hour making the video, like actually recording it, and another hour just maybe tweaking it slightly and all that. So yeah, that's why I have like bullet points of what I want to say though. So there's still some control. Yeah, thank you again, honestly. So thank you for anyone who has subscribed. If you haven't subscribed and you've been watching my videos, or you have bought Fractal Glide and all that, by all means do subscribe. If you reached this point of the video, I imagine you've watched some of those old videos. So feel free, like, subscribe and go, I guess, expect more videos from me. I will try to make more videos. I certainly have a stronger drive this time. And thank you for those who have subscribed, and it's been 1,000 subscribers. What the hell? Come on. What? I mean, I'm just this guy making, crazy guy talking to a screen right now, or to a mic or whatever. And somehow I have 1,000 people who are like, you know what? I want to listen to this guy. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. I really appreciate if you bought Fractal Glide too. Thank you so much. I really appreciate these things. And it sort of tells me, okay, take it more seriously, make more videos, make whatever, make something that you enjoy, make something that people enjoy. It's as simple as that. Doesn't need to be like oh, I have to write a script now and control the tiniest details and all that. Yeah, I think, and that's all I have to talk about, I suppose. Is there anything else? I don't think so. I don't have any more bullet points, certainly. But yeah, thank you again for watching. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you next time. So yeah, take care. Bye-bye.